Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Always do your best, but don't overdo. This is an important card. When you overdo, you deplete your body and you go against yourself, and it will take longer to accomplish your goal. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 567, NASDAQ up 148, S&P's up 81. Bottom line is that you just gained back approximately half the downdraft of yesterday. Dow Industrials up 2.3%. You get the NASDAQ up 2.1. S&P's up 1.4. So big numbers all across the market. If we go take a look at the SPY, what you're going to see with the SPY hit a low out here today of 258. You closed at 269. Monster volume, by the way, folks. You get 332 million. So this high volume low will get tested. The real kick is going to be now, do we go sideways? Do we try to get a little bit higher? Building a B to a C of a very large ABC structure on the way down, because we're talking about 286.43 is your A, and 258 is your B. So we are talking some numbers, what, 58, 68, 78, 88, oh my God. Yeah, you're talking about 28 points, or 280 S&P points. So bottom line, now, when you take a look at this as to where you can do a bounce to, this will blow you. I mean, you know, ICE sets up at 279, which is another 10 points up there. That'll be a heck of a bounce, but that's where ICE does set up. NASDAQ up the NDX 100 up 236, 66.65. If we go over and we take a look at that NDX, what you're going to see, NDX out here, hit a low out here today of 63.70. You're at 66.65. So the NDX was almost up from highs to lows, 295 points. Yeah, monster move. The NDX had got back to the trading of the 22nd of November in about a heartbeat. Big numbers all across the board. Some of the news out here, this is really cool. Let's go just take a look at Tesla, TSLA. What you had with Tesla, this is going to be all over the news tonight, of course, is that we had SpaceX, Elon Musk, bottom line, had a successful launch this afternoon, not too long ago, of the new Falcon heavy rocket. This is a major milestone for that SpaceX in general. Bottom line is that had the rocket take off from Kennedy, right? So with fans gathered at Florida Space Center, millions watching on the webcast, the new rocket rumbled to life shortly after 3:45 local time. It cleared the launch pad without blowing up, a feat that Chief Executive Officer Musk said would signal a win, and continued an attempt to deliver its test payload into an Earth-Mars elliptical orbit around the sun. Falcon Heavy is a large, reusable launch vehicle that will allow the closely held company to bid on heavier payloads than it can with the Falcon 9, such as large commercial satellites and national security missions. Following the launch, SpaceX did something never before seen in space history. It re-landed multiple rocket cores back on Earth, 2 touchdown on land, and the plan for the third was for it to settle back on an unmanned drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean. The video feed on the drone ship cut out before the company could confirm whether it landed successfully. The Hawthorne-based company already has paying customers committed to flying with Falcon Heavy, including commercial satellite operators, according to the launch manifest. The U.S. Air Force has chosen Falcon Heavy for its STP-2, or Space Test Program 2 mission, though it still needs certification. The payload, this is where I'm going with this. This is pretty cool. The payload for Tuesday's maiden flight was Musk's cherry red Tesla Roadster sports car, outfitted with cameras to capture the views, a nearly indestructible disc carrying a digital copy of Isaac Asimov's science fiction book series Foundation, Book Series Foundation is also on board, plus a plaque engraved with 6,000 SpaceX employees. Pretty cool, man. No doubt about that. Let's go take a look at some of the earnings that were just coming out here. So if we go over to Akamai, AKAM, Akamai Technology, Akamai closed at $63.67. That 723. Let's see what Akamai has to say. Okay, earnings per share was 63 cents. The estimate was 63 cents. They made 69. Revenue estimate was 649 million. They made 666. So bottom line, they beat the top. They beat the bottom. This is really intriguing, too, because yesterday this only went down from 66 to 62. It's trying to close up the gap. It would have been much better if that thing could have closed the gap in one day. Bottom line, now, let me put this back up again, because I believe I said 67 it's trading at. Yeah, 67.23. And the high out here, so it's going to go after trying to test 56. That's how that's. Disney, let's go take a look at Disney. Disney closed at 106.17. That is trading 106.77, so that's up about 50 cents. It was up $1.47 today. The estimate, the earnings estimate was $1.61. They made $1.89. So bottom line is that they came in on the bottom side. On the top side, their revenue is shot. Revenue estimate was $15.44 billion. It came in at $15.35 billion. That's never good when that happens, folks. Disney is off its high of the 113. I don't expect that's going to hold because Disney looks like it wants to go after the $96 mark. $96 mark is the September 7th low. That's how that thing is shaking out. CMG, let's go take a look at this one. This one has had so many problems. This is Chipotle. That closed at $3.04, up $4. Right now, it's up an additional $5, trading $3.09. Numbers go like this. Estimate was $1.33. They made $1.55. Good for them. Finally did something. That is the revenue. That's the earnings per share. Let's see what the chart looks like. So, yeah, it's a mess. Don't touch it. $758, and you're dealing with $304. And you're still dealing with 270 is a high volume low. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.